Good evening and welcome back to Be Rich. A lot of people told me that the dollar's demise was round the corner. This has been happening since 2007 and I've been waiting for it for a long time. Let me clarify, I am not a great fan of America. In fact, I am not a fan of America at all. But what little economics I have learnt all over the years has proved to me that America is a dominant force and they are in such their dominance is only increasing. And this is my great difference with my good friend Ray Dalio. There is no competition in sight. The Americans are the only superpower. Yes, they might have made some mistakes with having less immigrants and other issues, but there is no doubt in my mind. Next 20 years is going to be the is going to be the decades of America. There is no challenge for the dollar. The dollar just gets stronger every day, and that stronger dollar means inflation will come down into US earlier. They are exporting inflation to the rest of the world, and the rest of the world is crawling. There is another big story going around that Saudi Arabia is quaking, is staring at the face of Joe Biden. Nothing could be more, sir. Nothing could be further from the truth. Biden holds all the aces. Biden does not need to import oil. In fact, Biden is exporting oil. First point. Second point, Saudi Arabia is dependent completely on American protection and American US bases and US weapons. UAE is completely dependent on the US. In fact, their currency is pegged to the dollar. So it's not going to take a lot of effort from the part of Americans to just squash these guys. Ukraine is winning the war. Somebody thought it was not possible. US has been giving $1.5 billion a month and train their entire staff, the country. Every Ukrainian is on the street fighting for their country, backed by the US and the West. And America is down and out. The Russians are down and out for the count. They don't have enough forces. Their people don't want to mobilize. Ruble is in a free fall. Putin is ranting. Xi Jinping is on the back foot in China. The property bubble has burst. Chinese currency is not accepted across the world. China is aging very fast, and China, in fact, has overcounted its population and is in serious trouble. Yes, the odd tyrant may create some trouble. There may be a nuclear explosion here or there, but all that is not going to affect the mighty dollar. And all the wars are going to take away far away from the US dollar. The yen is in a 30-year low. The pound is almost at parity, knocked out. The euro has gone past parity and but it will soon be at zero point 0.9 or 0.85 to a dollar. At the end of the day, US has triumphed. Inflation will come under control within a year. They can afford to take a strong recession. So let us not laugh at America. To discuss this with me is my brother Anand Srinivasan. We returned from Dubai. He had to go out of station, so I couldn't catch him yesterday. And we'll discuss this in detail with him today. What do you think?
I agree with what all that you said. On a global level,
It
from
hurts, but
yes, it hurts, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Being Indians, it does hurt a lot. Strong dollar doesn't really help us. But if we turn this on our head, we read an article together from the Economist about how the Americans are actually domestically, it's a problem for them having an economy and a dollar that's so strong that the Fed has no choice because their unemployment rate, if you see, is what the Fed is looking at to see if they can relax on tightening the interest rates. They're looking at the unemployment rate as a key indicator to help the inflation come down. Because if the unemployment rate goes up, that means people have less jobs. That logically, that means people have less money to spend. People are scared to spend their money because of job security, thus cooling inflation and bringing it down. But if you look at the unemployment rate, it's steadily declining. There are more jobs than they need to have Americans, and the Fed, they're looking at that. They seem to will be more than happy to keep tightening the interest rate, causing
Anand,
a lot more pain for Americans domestically. Do you think maybe because of this having a strong economy and having no competition internally, it's not a good news for the
I
Americans?
think internally it's a great news for the Americans. The problem is going to be for the fat cats
Hmm.
who have given their stock as security and borrowed money.
Hmm.
They are the ones who are crying.
Mm.
The big Americans in tech guys who have given their stock as security,
Mm.
like my good friend Elon Musk,
Leveraging.
leverage. Those who are leverage are in trouble.
Mm.
My like my teacher and mentor Warren Buffett is not in trouble.
Mm.
He is not touched borrowed anything.
Mm.
If at all he has borrowed in yen,
Mm.
and
True.
he is sitting with a lot of cash,
Mm.
waiting to buy.
Mm.
And see the old man bought Occidental Petroleum now. So
True.
let us divide Americans into two:
Mm.
those who have leveraged heavily,
Mm.
those who have not leveraged.
Mm.
Those who have leveraged
Mm.
want this to pain to end quickly.
Mm.
The guys who have not leveraged are sitting tight waiting for it to fall.
Mm.
So they have to look at the motive.
Mm.
The average American does not have any asset to worry about.
Mm.
So this asset bubble has to be pricked.
Mm.
And that is what is doing
Mm.
happening.
Mm.
Uninflation rate is at a 50 unemployment rate it is at a 50-year low
Mm.
of 3.5,
Mm.
and it needs to go to 5 to, Powell won't say this,
Correct.
but Larry Summers has said this, it needs to go to 5.5
Mm.
before the Fed can think of stopping.
Mm.
I think most likely a 0.75 and a zero point 0.5 is there.
Mm.
So you're looking at 4.25 to 4.5 by the end of this year,
Mm.
and maybe a couple of hikes next year
Mm.
to push it to 5. And people like Larry Summers think even that is not enough.
Mm.
This means you are going to have a huge dollar surge again.
Mm.
Gold will get crushed. All other currencies are going to get crushed. Money is going to go gushing back into the US, and they are going to shrink. They are allowing their bonds to die out.
Mm.
They are also applying quantitative tightening at the same stage.
Mm.
So, unless the US goes into deep recession, the
Mm.
Fed has no choice but to continue this till inflation comes to 2%.
Mm.
And magically, it's not going to come to 2 overnight.
Correct.
America is a great importer of
Mm.
all things,
Mm.
including people.
Mm.
So the stronger and stronger the currency gets,
Mm.
the cheaper and cheaper everything import is going to be.
Mm.
And cheaper imports is going to make it easier for them to bring down inflation.
Correct.
Who is going to suffer?
Mm.
People with mortgages will suffer,
Mm.
housing market will suffer,
Mm.
and people like auto and other ancillaries will suffer.
Mm.
The rest of America does not seem to suffer at this point of time at all.
Mm.
And why are they bothered? And there has been so much money being injected into the system
Mm.
during COVID as direct money transfer.
Mm.
People are flush with cash.
Mm.
So I don't see any problem for America. Yes, a deep recession will come.
Mm.
By then, his interest rate will be at 5.5. So he will immediately cut 2%.
Mm.
See, the point is, as he keeps rising interest rates,
Correct.
he has a bigger and bigger elbow room to come back.
Yes. He's giving himself room.
He's giving elbow room.
Yes.
So at 4.5, there is no recession. 5,
It's like
5.5.
bringing the run rate down.
So
Fed run
5,
rate.
I
Couple
can
of
bring
sixes
down.
he's hammering.
He is hitting the ball. He is now giving himself. What people don't realize is giving himself elbow room.
Correct.
See, tomorrow there is a recession. He can quickly pipe it down.
And flood the market with it.
5 to 3 is a big drop.
Yes.
5 to 2.5 is a 50% drop.
Correct.
So he has a lot of space.
Mm.
And the guys who are crying are the guys who have leveraged.
Mm.
And there is absolutely, I don't know why Ray Dalio got it wrong. Maybe he's sitting in America and seeing their problems.
Mm.
He is not seeing the rest of the world is worse.
Mm. True. He has a bias.
He has a bias. The other big problem is there could be a nuclear war, but all that is stacked again in favor of the Americans.
Yes. I don't think the Russians will hit the continental of America.
They
If there
don't.
was, he will only play around in Ukraine and Ukraine territories.
And you will play in the Ukraine territories.
I don't
Ukraine.
think he'll have the courage to come into even Europe.
So Ukraine will retaliate with another dirty weapon.
Correct.
It is all contained in
that area.
Locally
area. In that area.
And America is the one, and it's
And the
great.
fallout will be on Europe.
And America is going to enjoy this because it's there. They have a big defense industry.
Similar to what happened during end of World War II.
Yeah, no. What happened? The Contra arms in Nicaragua.
Yeah.
So here you are going to give them a entire military defense complex of the United States is going to be flush with orders. The amount at which the Ukrainians are running through the
True.
missiles.
Missiles, yes.
They are having a flush time, boss. He's just the same World War II playbook he is taking and giving it to them. And as a savior of democracy, they will Latvia, Estonia, Finland, Sweden, and
All of them want to join NATO
all
too.
of them will join NATO. The sphere of American influence is increasing. And look at this, Gol. Today they have told their tourists, don't go to Northeast India, don't travel to Central India, there is terrorism there. And for 2 years, and people are saying, we have a strong external affairs minister. For 2 years, he is not bothered to put an ambassador to India. India does not have one US ambassador for two
True.
years.
Very true.
So he is really flexing his hands. It's for you. And for if anybody from India, most kids, and from my time, dream was to migrate to US. But
True.
you won't even China. There is no visa for 2 years. If I want to travel to America,
Tourist visa.
I can't even ask for a tourist visa for 2 years.
There's no
There's
appointments.
there's no appointments.
Unless you have
So what
other
is he telling?
categories.
Unless I already have a visa,
Yes.
what is he telling? Boss, don't come.
He's
If
telling
the
our government, not us.
he is telling the Indian citizen, we don't need you.
He's saying we don't need a government.
Yeah, okay, whatever it is, your media won't pick it up.
Yes, because
But for 600 days, I was shocked when somebody was trying a visa. 600 days, you don't have a date.
true.
You want it, take it. Otherwise, lump it.
And the US influence is spreading across to other Western countries too. Canada seems to be slowing their processing down in India. Australia seems to be slowing down its processing in
No, no,
India.
I don't want to talk about the rest.
Okay,
This is about US.
true.
So US has all its bases covered. All the conflicts are about 5,000 kilometers from their place. They have a currency which everybody wants. The dollar is strengthened like nobody's business. And he is self-sufficient in oil. He is not 80% of America's oil is not coming from abroad. He can switch on sale production anytime. He has enough oil reserves to keep selling. So man, he's sitting on the and he has crypto. Crypto we all know is bad, but all crypto originates from US.
True.
It's marked in dollars.
True.
So it's all he can disrupt. Crypto is an instrument to disrupt the monetary system of the world. You are marked to what he has demonstrated to Bitcoin is you are marked to dollars. So you don't like the Indian rupees to stay in crypto and you can convert it to dollar anytime.
Okay, let me ask a further question. So you're saying everything is true. The dollar is strengthening, the rupee is weakening. So this puts a lot of pressure on Indian corporates. They must be clamoring to our government, and
What can you do? Because you have
because
all
we have borrowed. Our corporates have, some of them, have borrowed very heavily.
it is going. That's why today Vedanta is saying, I will tap the reserves and convert it, take it out of the balance sheet and pay some debt.
Hmm.
All these guys who have borrowed have commodity debt. The only guys who have escaped are the mighty Tatas.
Yes.
Mighty Tatas escaped because of two things. Steel price ran up. They brought down debt by 50%. They became profitable. And he has two, three cash cows. First main cash cow is TCS, which is spewing 10,000 crores every quarter. And
I
you
would
have
also say it's a little bit of vision of Ratan Tata also.
TCS is a version of old man JRD.
I agree,
That's
but
blowing. That's funneling
when the
cash.
switch happened recently, when Mistry was pushed out, was the main reason for this because he didn't want to increase the leverages of.
Anyway, whatever it is, they are safe. Vedanta is in serious trouble. The other company, which is recently they become big news, starting with A and ending with
I
I,
know.
is in trouble.
Yes, we don't want to mention it.
I don't want to mention names. It's not only Indian companies. Any company which has borrowed in dollars is in serious trouble. And you should have wised up when old man went and borrowed in yen.
True.
Now he borrowed in yen, used that money to buy big chunks of Japanese stock.
Correct.
Now the yen has dropped 35-40%. He is collecting dividend in yen and paying that loan. He will pay 35% less in capital if he wants. He's got it.
Yeah,
He always Buffett ends on the
stroke of
right hand.
genius.
He ends up on the right side of.
Although no matter how much fun people make of him,
Yeah, he ends up on the right hand side.
that's why his shares never have fallen our climb.
So what I'm trying to say, this is life. And see, Elon Musk was poking fun. Buffett never said, I will buy a stock. He didn't go back. There's no back and forth. There's no public
Yes,
spectacle.
a lot of people, investors are thinking, what is the point of what he's doing with Twitter? Meaning he's selling his family jewels to buy trash. There's a lot
But
of
the problem is the family jewel stock is falling.
That's because he's motivated by his thing on Twitter, no? His
No, no, no.
obsession.
Because you are tightening, the currency is tightening.
Yes,
So everything falls, even this has to fall.
true.
So you have to pledge more to get this.
And he goes to himself nicely in the deal.
So he was, why I'm saying this, he was teasing Uncle Warren on this.
True.
Now, who must be laughing all the way to the bank?
That's very true.
Anyway, thank you for watching Be Rich. We had a great conversation on America and its strength, Warren and Elon Musk. And I hope that you subscribe to my channel, turn on the bell notification. If you do not turn on the bell notification, you will not be notified every time we put out a video. Once again, I thank you for your support for Be Rich. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.